This is David Rodecker. I'm here to talk about SQL data types and how to use them properly and moreover, when you don't use them correctly and you convert them, how some imperfect things start to occur. So this is really going to be identifying the usage of the data type versus what many people do, which is just using it as a string. So look at data time versus a string. So if you notice that I have rows A and B are date times 11 2014 versus in 9 of 2014, and the descending order of these is as shown. So 11 is the most recent, and 9 is more further in the past. However, if you were to sort these based upon a date time, it would do that as I just described. But if you were to do it as a string, it would actually treat 9 as a higher number and or higher character string, and because 9 is higher in the ASCII character sequence than 1, it's comparing 9 versus 1, and it's going to have the opposite effect, opposite behavior. So let me show a real life example of this occurring. Here's an interface by that shows date time of several fields here, but I'm going to focus on this field here called issue date. And notice if I sort it ascending, it starts from 1/1/2014 and it goes to 1/3, 1/2, 1/3. So that seems logical, but there's actually data in this table that goes back to 2013, and we're not seeing it because it's some other date in 2013. So I sorted it descending, and notice that I have on the top 12/31/2013, and in fact that's kind of different than the behavior I would expect, and it's really because of the fact that I've got a lot of records in here that it's just not sorting correctly. So if I want to see data correctly sorted, the problem is that the database is actually converting the date time to a character string. So right here I have I'm noticing that on this line right here, it's converting the date time to a varchar with the 101, which converts it to a what we're actually seeing here. We see 12/31/2013. That's just being treated as a string instead of a date time. I'm going to go ahead and remove that and just change it back to a complete date time field. And let's go ahead and refresh this interface. Now notice that I got the date time full value, and that's probably why the developer chose to convert it to varchar 101, is to make it appear with the proper formatting or cleaner formatting. I'll describe how to clean that up in just a minute, but now if I go ahead and sort, notice that I'm sorting with 10/31, sorting ascending. My oldest date in the table is 10/31, and now it's properly showing 10/31, 11/8, and 11/29. So it's kind of going upward. And similarly, if I sort it descending, I start from 4/14, 4/11, and going downward. So now this field is properly sorted. To make it so it doesn't show the 12 a.m., I can go ahead and change the string formatting, and I'll go ahead and add that here so that it has the string formatting to indicate DD, YYYY, the capital meaning indicating that it'll include a 0, I believe. So if I go ahead and do that, this is in my development environment, and let me display that now, and here that is. So now I've gone ahead and properly formatted it, looking good. So this date field properly sorts. This one I haven't done, and it does not properly sort. I'm starting from 1, I'm going to 12, so that is not what we want it to do. Similarly, this does apply to more than just date time fields. The same example would work or fail, I should say, in money. So it will, if you converted money to a string, it would treat it. It would look at the first decimal, and $11.11 would be considered a different value than 9, which um, it would just be comparing the first character in the string, and we want to actually look at things as a number. So don't mess with SQL data types. Leave them as they're natively allowed, supposed to be, and make sure that the front end is doing the formatting. So that's the synopsis: is let SQL store procedures, continue to return data types. Only in really rare circumstances do you want to convert things to a string, when it's not always that way.